Restricted, like a bird in the cage, just strive for independence kept me sane. I stayed at home with those little brats, and my husband let the drink and play some crap saying her mother. And I belong to no man. I stand in the middle of the sands waiting for the waves to take me. Independence or death are the only things that can save me. Spread my wings or die trying, and I am left here to keep sighing how you think your fate is a result to men, even though last I checked you left one of them dead.
You complain about your husband, but you're the one who decided to marry him, while your father was against him. You're the only one to blame of the life you are ashamed. However, I was surrounded by soulless I, a nobody forgotten by the crowds, beaten and forced upon all my life, an unbearable physical and emotional pain, an invisible chain that constrained, then sold to a disgusting man as his wife. With no choice in hand, I escaped from them. You are broken by men, you have died in a pitiful way, drowning alone.
You're one to talk about bad decisions because you are in the situation due to the act of multiple incisions. On behalf of the fact that you allowed yourself to prostitute to keep yourself safe and sound, it got to the point where you could not be saved because power is what you really crave. It took me a while to realize what I was truly in everyone's eyes, an outcast society won by men. And in the end, I met my fate, and the only escape was death. I soared high and I soared above until I came crashing down to the sky, crashing down rapidly.
Death wasn't your only escape, it was just an excuse to run away. You weren't just too weak to go your way. You say it was fate, but it was a mistake. Well, I fought until the end. I never let the men get me again. I shut my heart so that they had nothing to gain. I have chosen my own end, not letting them decide my end. Men whose eyes black circle just empty. They are reflecting the master of their own envy.
I'm a girl who has never been valued. While you've had the luxury of solitude, you think you've suffered, you think you've rebelled. Please, all you'll ever be is an emotionless shell. I had a life for myself, I was successful. You were just neglectful to your life. Did you ever care about anyone else? No, you only ever thought about yourself. Your life you wish you could save, but your so-called rebellion led you to your grave.
You said you were the bird that would soar above the level of plain tradition and prejudice with their wings, but in reality you were nothing but a woman in an unhappy marriage. I'm sure that the regret of abandoning your kids because you wouldn't give yourself up for them still rings. All you did was dream of going to Paris, but all you could do was paint your dreams, and I bet that stings. It's probably why you couldn't sleep at night and stayed up on the terrace.
You never moved out from the comfort of the shade. You chose to sacrifice all the progress you made. My skin is soft, but my heart is cruel, and my bite is deadly. Your silly rhymes I will end deftly. Opportunities were served to you on a silver platter. When I hear you talk, I think I want to slap her. I don't want anything but my own way. I hope you're listening to what I have to say. They said you are a savage and dangerous woman. I am speaking the truth, and the truth is savage and dangerous. You never struggled. You were part of the elite. So please, my dear, just accept your defeat.
You thought you were strong enough, you thought that you were seeking yourself and finding yourself in such a sweet half-darkness, and that you could fly above the rest. But you weren't tough, all you did was create a tragic mess. It's an understatement to say that things got rough. But after all, it's your fault that you couldn't pass the test. But in all honesty, nobody believed you. Everyone called your bluff.
She said she was tired of having to fake her happiness, tired of having to be a mother woman when really she just wanted to be her own woman. She tried her best to tolerate it, but it hurt her chest. So she left. She left so she could have her individual expression, wanted to be liberated from her misery, thought only about herself and not about her children, didn't think of what effect this would have on them. She just wanted to feel something that would lift her up again. She didn't have to separate her independence for her children. After all, she would give up the essential, the money. She would give up her life for her children, but she would never sacrifice herself for her children or for anyone. She felt like she had truly woken up, figured it was better to wake up after all, rather than to remain a dupe to illusions all one's life.